Hello, this is Big Ed, and today we are going to do a review on the Sig Sauer P290RS. This is a subcompact single stack 9mm. As you can see, very concealable. It's warm out today. It's a beautiful day out on Long Island. So this is it. As you can see, it's tight. It just bulges a little bit. Single stack 9mm. That's it. Gun is empty. Very cool little gun. I've got some experience with this, about 600-700 rounds. We're also going to fire this gun today. This is the RS model. It's the restrike, so every time you pull the trigger, it's going to bring back the hammer to fire the gun. This gun is double action only, and it came with the laser. It came with one 6-round magazine and one 8-round magazine. And the 8-round magazine we only have loaded to 7 rounds because, again, we are in New York State. I like this gun. For 9mm, single stack 9mm, it might be a little on the fat side. You can see from the size of the barrel, there's definitely a lot of width on this on the side of the gun. It could be a little thinner, but I like it, and I'm a big fan of Sig Sauer. It fits very nicely in the hand. And some of the magazines are just flush fit. Some of them have a little bit of something to catch your pinky on. And then we have the 8-round, which will turn this into a full pistol grip. I'm not the biggest fan of these extended magazines. Pretty much any extended magazine in a gun, I'm not a real big fan of. They're kind of loose, and it's never tight, so you always feel your finger down there moving around, at least most that I have experience with. But it came with the gun, so that's okay. More about the gun itself. This gun came stock with Trijicon night sights on it. They are awesome. They work really well. It also has a laser on it. It's broad daylight. You're not gonna be able to see that, but it comes stock with came with a laser. It came with a paddle holster I do not have with me today. You know, kind of like one of those Phobos paddle holsters. But I like it. The gun takes a little. Barrel's 2.9 inches long. It's got a polymer lower, steel upper, and it's a Sig. I'm a big fan of Sigs. I think Sig is a very high quality gun. They are more expensive than other firearms, but this is a very high quality gun. And it's a double action only, no safety on the gun. It's got a heavy trigger pull, which does take time to get used to if you're not used to it, a heavy double action trigger pull. But I would rather have a gun with, especially any sort of a carry gun, I would much rather have a gun with a heavy double action pull than a gun with a safety on there in a single action. I think once you learn how to shoot the double action pistols, revolvers, they're really nice. You know, it might interfere with, you know, take some time to get used to your follow-up shots, but it does work very well. And I am a big fan of it. But yeah, I've got some practice with this gun. So what we have today, I have some 124 grain Armscor 9mm here loaded up. I got some 115 grain jacketed hollow point from Rmington UMC. And then I also have some Speer Lawman 115 grain full metal jacket. Also with this gun, I've never had a feeding problem with this gun. I probably have 600-700 rounds through this gun, plus P, Hornady hollow points, all sorts of stuff like that. And all this ammo I've shot through it, I've never had this thing hang up, malfunction once. This thing shoots flawlessly. This is a great little gun. To break it down, it's pretty simple. You just pull the slide back to the takedown lever, and then just push it out, and it comes apart just like the rest of them. It's real easy. It's got a plastic recoil spring guide in the gun, single recoil spring. It's a pretty simple takedown. The barrel's kind of interesting. It's kind of got this mushroom barrel on the end. A lot of these compact and subcompacts I see have that, but it works well, and I think it has, if you can see the way it's wearing around there, it's a very even wear circle around the whole end of the barrel, so it's having a very good mating surface with the slide, which is going to help the pistol's accuracy. But this is it. Again, it's on the thicker side, but I like it a lot. It shoots nicely. it feels pretty good. I'm a fan of this gun, you know. But you can get thinner guns out there, and it's also got this is I don't know the weight on this, but it's got a little bit of heft to it, you know, for its size, and it's going to be heavier than a Kel-Tec or a Car, but very nice gun. So let's go ahead and we'll take some shots with it right now. I'll start out with some 124 grain. Put the rest of the magazines in my pocket, and I'll just call them off as I'm shooting them. So I have my usual target set up. Some of them are already fallen over. We'll go ahead and we'll just start shooting them. So again, I'm starting off with the Armscor 124 grain. So we'll practice drawing a little bit. The chamber's empty right now, the magazine is full. There we go, there's one magazine. I had trouble with that big plate, that's not so hot. Alright, here's a big magazine. I believe this is the Speer Lawman 115 grain. There's 7 shots in this right here. And the slide does lock back when the gun is empty. Alright, these are some more Speer Lawman. That's a regular, this is a flush fit magazine right here. We'll go for some of these targets on the top right up here. All right, these are the Rmington UMC 115 grain jacketed hollow points right here. And these are all, these small mags are all 6-round mags, and the big one was an 8. All right, last one. This looks like to be the Armscor 124 grain right here. Give these a whirl. I'm gonna shoot 3 of these at the big target right there in the middle. See what kind of a group I can get with these. The trigger brake on this, I've been shooting my Glock a lot lately. I'm not quite used to the trigger brake. Some of these targets I'm hitting really well. Some of them I'm not. It's kind of interesting actually. Some of the cans I'm hitting quick, you know, but we'll go give it a whirl. There we go. We got a malfunction right there with the Armscor 124 grain. There he goes. That might have been a light round. Yeah, that was a failure to feed. Failure to eject, I mean. Looks like this could have been a light round. I mean, it's Armscor. It's definitely cheaper ammo. That did not eject, so that's the first time that's ever happened in this pistol for me. That's interesting. But that could have been a lightly charged round. It's still barely hanging out of the chamber when the gun went off. So, yeah, it might not be the gun's fault. It could just be cheap ammo. So we'll go ahead and shoot the rest of these off. That wasn't so good. It looked like I had at least one, yeah, maybe 2 flyers on that bullseye right there, but I got 3 shots in there. I got 3 shots in there, so I'm happy with that. But again, I haven't shot this gun in a while, so I'm a little rusty with it. But it's interesting that failure to eject. I would say that was probably a light round. The slide came back a little bit on it, and you know, it was just back a little bit, and you could see the casing was still in the barrel of the gun. So that's interesting. But I'm a big fan of this gun. It's definitely takes some time and some practice to shoot this gun. And there was a while I was shooting it at least, you know, once every other week, and I was getting pretty good with it. But yeah, some of the targets I hit well, some of them no. But again, it's just double action trigger does take time to get used to, and it does take practice. You know, I've got my 1911 I've been shooting, so you bounce back and forth and it gets a little tough. But excellent gun. The laser's very cool on it. I have that sighted in pretty well. You can't even see it in the daylight, but very good gun. The ergonomics of this gun, it fits well in your hand right here. As you can see, basically it's letting my pinky hang off, and I have medium-sized hands right here. But it feels good. I'm a big fan of all the Sig Sauer guns. I think the ergonomics of them are a little better, and these guns do run more money than other pistols, comparable pistols. And it does have the Trijicon night sights on it, which are very cool and work very well. And I mean, that's about a $100 upgrade. I got this gun on sale up at Edwards in Riverhead, and I believe they had it on sale. I think it was $600 even. They had this gun for sale for, and it's usually with all that gear. It's with the laser and the night sights, it's probably like a $750 gun. I got it brand new from them, which I was very happy with. But very cool gun. I wish I could have shot a little bit better, but that's all right. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, post them down below. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching.